The biggest debate at the Daily Wire is not over gender, it's not over the 2024 race, and it's not over immigration. Or the biggest debate. Aliens. Aliens. Some people, like my colleague Matt Walsh, say that aliens are real. E.T. comes down, abducts people, prowls around, little green men. And some people are correct, such as yours truly, who observes that E.T. is fake, it's not real. We are not alone in the universe, but as far as corporeal beings go with rational souls, we are alone. And that when people see these unidentified flying objects and when they think they encounter the little green men, they're most likely just talking to demons. And it's amazing. People make fun of me for this. But the reason people make fun of me for this point of view is because they are moderns. They're modern secular libs. And aliens are, they're just demons for modern lib people who can't imagine that there's such a thing as metaphysical reality. So it's for people who are materialists who think that everything that's real has to be flesh and blood, which obviously isn't true. Some of the most important things in life are not material. Hopes, dreams, love, mathematics. There are plenty of things that are metaphysical, the moral order. But we have convinced ourselves in this unsophisticated day and age that it's all got to be physical. And so even the celestial beings have to be physical. They can't be merely spiritual. Now, there's a fella by the name of Luis Elizondo. This is reported by the New York Post, though I got to give a hat tip to Popehead here, a great Substack writer and tweeter who called my attention to this. Luis Elizondo is a former intelligence officer with the Department of Defense. He claims he was the director of AATIP, the Pentagon's UFO program from 2010 to 2017. Former Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid has defended this guy and said he actually was pretty prominent in the government working on these things. Here's what he had to say.
I had one, I remember the conversation very well. This is a person I respected tremendously, very, very senior person. He's told me, he said, Lou, I want you to stop doing this. I said, okay, sir, I certainly can, but may I ask why? And he says, well, we already know what it is. Now, at that moment, I honestly thought maybe it was our own technology. I was running up against some super uber secret sap, and they were telling me to stop. And I said, okay, sir, so it's ours? And he said, no, that's not what I'm saying. And he said, he asked me point blank, have you read your Bible lately? And I wasn't quite sure where he was going with that. And I said, well, sir, I think I know what it says. Where are you going with this? And he said, well, then you would know that these things are demonic and we should not be pursuing them. Yeah. And he wasn't kidding. That's exactly how he felt.
So this is a Pentagon. This is a Department of Defense official saying, stop looking at UFOs because they're demonic.
Correct. Not only is this senior, apparently respectable Pentagon official who is so admirable that one of the guys who was running the UFO office there really looked up to this guy, but it's correct in that that's obviously what these things are. My favorite comment yesterday is from Theo J615, who says, we should let Juneteenth and Pride Month fight it out. So true. It's like the Iran-Iraq war. You just hope they both lose. You heard it from the horse's mouth. The aliens are demonic. Now, what's interesting is this guy in this interview from a couple of years ago that not a lot of people seem to have found. This guy seems to disagree with the respected, more senior Pentagon official who said this stuff's demonic, we shouldn't be looking into it. And this guy says, no, we've got to look into it. We've got to go get all the data. We've got to probe this stuff. We got to find out what's really going on. And my question is, why? Why do we have to do that? Curiosity is not a virtue. Why should we do that? There is more in heaven and earth, Horatio, than is dreamt of in our philosophy, and certainly the desiccated modern philosophy that ignores metaphysical things. But why? Why are we going to do this? If there were, which there is not, a super race of extremely intelligent ET that are coming and they can mess with us and they can probe us and they can cross the galaxy and they can go faster than the speed of light and they can do all this crazy stuff. Their technology is so much more advanced than ours is. Then we're not going to beat them. That'd be like a squirrel trying to beat an army. of human beings. I mean, if we're that much stupider than these things, then we're obviously not going to beat them. If they're demons, then we should want nothing to do with them. C.S. Lewis had a good bit on demons, which is, he said, the right attitude toward demons is that you should know that they exist, because there is spiritual reality. We are body and soul. We're hylomorphic composite beings with a rational soul. That's why we have an appetite and we have to eat food and drink water to sustain ourselves. Man does not live by bread alone, and we can use our abstract reason and moral judgment to think of things like justice or art or culture or opera. Or, I don't know, right? We can do both those things. Certain beings are purely physical. They don't have a rational soul, like a rock. Even the animals, they don't have abstract reason. We don't put them on trial. We don't put a dog on trial when he bites you. Okay, that's why. And then on the other side of things, there are beings that are purely physical. Ideas are physical, and angels and demons are physical too. And everyone has known this for all of history until modern Western liberal secular people, and like 100 years ago. So if they are demons, then C.S. Lewis points out the right attitude is know that they exist, be on guard. You know, they're trying to prey on souls, tear you down to hell and give you a bad eternity. And so we should know that, but we shouldn't be too curious about them. It's kind of like bugs. I don't know, when you've got bugs in your house, you've got to be aware of that and take care of the problem and like keep them from coming in and kill the ones that are there. But you don't want to spend a lot of time with them. You know, you don't want to spend your whole day thinking about the bugs, being around the bugs. You just want to get rid of them, okay? And that's how I feel about aliens who are really demons, as the Pentagon even admits.